Hello everyone and welcome back to a new Minecraft video. Sorry it's been a while. It's been a hot minute, I won't lie. But I've been working on this barn for a few months now and I figured it was finally time to post it. Also, sorry if my voice sounds off. It's allergy season currently for me. And my mic broke. So that's fun. But who knows, maybe this will sound better. I don't know. So I have to use the good old computer microphone. Love it. But I really want to get this tour out here, and honestly, let's just get straight into it. I'm very excited about this one. Okay, guys, so this is Greenfield Stables. It's a pretty big barn, and I'm just showing you what I've made so far. I'm gonna be expanding it, eventually, but, you know, like, I'm gonna be expanding that way, that way, that way, but yeah, so I'll probably make an updated tour eventually, but let's just get straight into this. So this is the main stable. So this stable is, like divided into different sections. So right now we're in the main section, the main area, and this is where, since this is a eventing training barn, you know, the jumping training barns, I figured it'd be nice to have different areas, you know, there's a different area for breeding and all of that, and training. But this is just the main area. This is the horses that have, I guess, quote unquote, graduated training, and they're like actual show horses. So, I'll just give you a little look in I'll show you Champagne stable. So, on each of the stables, they have their name, show name, gender, and then, their breed, and then on this sign, it says what they do. So, Champagne does eventing. There's nothing in their chest yet. But this is what the stall looks like. So you have your water bucket, your feed, and then your hay net, and then shavings. And then out here you have their little runs. And if you're wondering why some of them look taller and some of them look shorter, the swim horses, it's a mod. I can't think of what it is, but if you guys want to know, I will comment it. Just ask what mods you want to know, what belong to what, and yeah, I'll send them to you. You can probably hear my computer going off. Whatever. It's fine. But yeah, this is Champagne. She's a doll. And then, over here, this is Guts' stall. Guts is actually currently outside, but funny thing with him is he is a big boy, alright? He is one of the biggest horses, but I love him. I love Guts. He has the same thing, but he has to have a 3 thing to get into a stall, and then he actually... Whoa, good morning, lag. And then to actually get out to the pastures and to just get out, he has to use this. So he's going to be moving to a bigger, like, private stall, which will be nice. But I believe this barn has 10 stables, which is really cool. And then we have Winnie, and Winnie's actually an American Shetland, and she's very cute. And I love her. And the horses are moving like that because of the shaders. So, yeah. But that's this barn. Pretty simple. Again, runs on each side. And then over here is the cross ties, or at least one of the cross ties. They just have some, you know, fly spray, brushes, all of that. There's a drain in the middle, along with hitching posts to hitch them up, and some skylights, which I thought were kind of nifty. So yeah, and then in these chests, all the barns are gonna have these, but I'm just gonna grab you Champagne's papers. But these are kind of like their, I guess, registration papers. So here's the papers. So you have horse info right here, and it says show name, cheers to winning, barn name, Champagne, breed, paint, Hanoverian, gender, mayor, age 15, height 15.3, color, palomino paint, discipline, eventing. And this diet's for, like, the ponies and, like, horses that, you know, are a little maybe chunky or skinny. But then other than that, all the horses do get the same amount of feed. And then about info is, like, dam and sire, which any horses that I, like, personally spawned in won't have that. So yeah, but in here is a tack and feed room. In here we have a bunch of tacks, bridles, saddles, some wheelbarrows. This chest is empty. We have a broom, and then in here is just a bunch of stuff, you know, like extra feed, fly spray, brushes, trackers, vet check bags, a bunch of just desensitizing stuff, and then a bunch of health stuff. And then some trophies, and then the feed bins, which are pretty nifty. So, yeah. And over here is just like hay and shavings, just like for storage wise, you know. And back here is a little like muck area where you can put all your poop and shavings, which is definitely handy. Then over here we have the same exact barn is here, so I'm not really gonna show you, but you know, it's the same exact inside, same thing, literally copy and pasted because I'm lazy. And then over here is one of the outdoor arenas. There's this weird like cross rail thing. And then just like some a practice cross country jump kinda. Some normal jumps, another one. And this kind of looked like a boat or like a hunter jumper jump, and I thought it looked cool. And then just some simple jumps right there. So, yeah. And then we have a fountain. I never made a fountain, and I was like, I want a fountain right here. So, it's here. And it's thriving. Abigail Pinehaven, that's for you. She loves her fountains, I won't lie. Over here we have 3 round pens, and, I use these to maybe, like, just hold some horses while I get their stables ready, you know, just working them, desensitizing. They're pretty big, you know, I feel like they're a decent size, and I have 3 of them, so that is pretty nifty. Over there's nothing, but here are, like, 4 big pastures, and I'm gonna explain how these pastures work really quickly. So, as you can see, there's, like, a bigger area and a smaller area. So, in the winter, they'll stay in this area, like when it snows and all that. So then this area back here so the grass can like rest, and it's also nice because if this area gets muddy, like, you know, a little too muddy in the summer, you can just put them back here and then let this grow. I feel like it's just a convenient way, and it's also a nice touch, I feel like. Oh, this is Guts. He is a big boy, and he's my favorite horse. He's my baby. There's a hay net and water trough in each pasture, and also a, what do you call these? Run-ins, I guess? I can't remember the name off the top of my head if I'm being honest, but those are in here, but that's on the side of the fence because, again, they stay here in the winter, and in case they need to get shelter. And if I need to have a horse, like, live in this pasture, it's already set up in here. We have shavings, you know, to keep their, I don't know, warmth. A hay net, a water trough, you know, some feed, and then, like, feed things. So, yeah, but Guts is just in here because he needs time to, because, you know, it's a little small for him in these, and, yeah, I'll bring him in eventually. But those are those pastures. I'll kind of give you a little, yeah, it's a pretty big area, and I'm quite proud of it. So, yeah, and then over here are, another thing of cross ties. Same exact thing, it's just, they have 6 instead of just 3. But same exact cross ties as last time. And then over here is actually something I've never done, but I've been wanting to do. This is a, like, indoor exercise area. So these are treadmills. And if you look up how to use how to make a swim treadmill, you pretty much just, like, design the treadmill how you want, and then if I were to be on a horse, you just go in at whatever speed you want, kind of like walk them into the wall, and it just keeps their pace going, and you tie them up with whatever tack you want on, and they will keep on going at that pace until you get on them and, you know, move them. So, yeah, that's how the treadmills work. Over here is just little storage. There's nothing in it. And over here, are the aqua treadmills, which I've never made, but I tried my best. So what you do is you just bring the horse in, hook them up here, turn this water on, and as they're hooked up, they'll, like, walk towards, you know, the pressure of the water, and it just kind of works, and it's very easy to get them in and out, and yeah, I just really like them. So yeah, and then there's also some, cross ties here, and these cross ties, if you're, like, maybe waiting for one of these to open up, or you're just, or if you need to, like, stick a horse here, will you, like, use a horse in the pool, you can just put them in here, let them eat or drink, or if you need to face them this way and get them ready, that also works too. Now this, I can't remember what these are called to save my life, but it's like one of those pools, you know, that your horses go around. So you pretty much walk them in, and you have one person on each side, and the horse pretty much swims all the way around. And you can either like let them out after one lap or keep on going. Depends how much work the horse needs. So I feel like this area is pretty cool in my opinion. And I'm actually really happy I made it because I feel like it fits the, you know, whole training, breeding, all of that. And then here is the breeding barn / breeding area. So these are the mare and foal stalls. And they're quite big and also very like airy, spacious, and you know, you can have like the foals talk to each other. Of course, mares with fillies stay on this side and colts stay on this side. I think that's the right terminology. But yeah, so pretty much like when they would go in here, you just put the mom's name and the baby's name, and just like if they need anything else. But pretty much once they get in here, you just put in shavings, hay, water, all of that. And then this area is also a little bit bigger, which in my opinion is very nice. So this is also, so the mare in full stay in here, and when a mare is pregnant, they will also stay in these just because it gives them a lot more room while they're cooped up. But then over here is where the brood mares go. So when they're pregnant and go outside, they all go in here, and then those two are just extra pastures. And these pastures don't have anything in it right now. They're just pretty plain and simple, but they get the job done. And yeah, I just really like this barn. It's just very open and airy, and I feel like it works really well for the, you know, mare and foals. And then these are the actual breeding barns. So, you know, you bring the horses in here, you know, let them do their thing, and then you bring them back out, and then when the baby's ready to come, if you have time, you bring them in here, and then you keep the mare and foal in here for about just a week, just to get the baby habilitated. That's why these areas are quite big, and it just gets the baby used to everything. So yeah, and then there's also a round pen here, so if you want the baby and mom to get a little bit of work in, or if you just want the mom to get some work in and let the baby follow, you can just let them run around in here a little bit, because you know it's safe and all of that. And then here's just some cross ties. I just feel like they're convenient, especially like the mares that are like in full. So like if a farrier needs to come or a vet, you can just put them in here. And there's also matting, which, you know, always good at matting. Then over here, these are some dry locks. So if a horse needs to go on like a diet, or if a horse, you know, can't just stay on grass but you still want them to go outside, you can always put them out in here. It's also a good place to put the mares if, you know, they can't have like grass or something. So yeah, and then this is just like an arena I have. It's just like a training arena. Nothing too simple. Just another outdoor arena to have. I might put some jumps in it, but there's also barrier blocks. So like you can't just jump over. So if you wanted, you could bring the mare and foal over here also and let them run around, because the sand's nice and soft, and it's big enough for also like if you want to bring out maybe some mares to run around, you can. So yeah, that's like the main barn area / breeding area. And then over here is the cross-country course, which I feel like is actually very cool. And I'll just give you a quick trip. So this is just one of the training cross-country courses. We can host events here, but you know. But I'll just kind of show you how it goes. So you start, and then you jump over. So you jump over this, and then you kind of have to like sit back, jump over this, and then turn. And then you jump over this to this. And I would say this is like an intermediate / advanced, so that's why it's also by the main area, because this is a good practice for them. Then this jump, and then this was actually very difficult. I tried it. So you have to jump over this, like, especially with some horses, like early, land, and then like be able to jump over this. Which, if you have a horse that can like jump really far, sometimes they'll just jump the whole thing if you don't time it right. So yeah, and then you have some time to like regather yourself, and then you jump this little jump, which is kind of cute. And you actually go through this tunnel, which I really like it. I feel like it's kind of a little nifty thing. So then after the tunnel, then you jump over this, and then you go up this hill, over this jump, and then you have to drop down, and then like get over this jump, and then you kind of regroup, Then you jump over this, like, I don't even know what it is, but I thought it was cool. So yeah, you jump over that, then you turn, and then, I don't know, you can either trot or canter over this. You jump, land, go around, jump this, jump out of the water. So anywhere you have to jump out of the water, usually there's just a pole, or if it's just, you know, to practice going in. And then you jump over this pretty big picnic table. That's what this is called, because it, you know, looks like one. And then you turn around, and then you go back into the water, and then you turn, get out, and then jump, and then you regroup. And this is a very difficult combination. I tried it. You have to jump over this, land, jump, and then jump. And then again, you regroup, jump down into this, jump over this. These are also optional. You can always skip them. And then jump out. It's pretty similar to the last water jump. And then you come around. Then you jump through this, which is really hard with swim horses, because if you don't time it right, you like bonk your head. And then you go around, jump this like bamboo jump with water in between. It's actually a very cool jump, I feel like. I don't know why. And you keep on going. You have a lot of time to regroup. You know, and then you jump over this pretty wide jump. Which I feel like it's a cool jump. And then you eventually run home to the finish jump, which I didn't know I could really make a... I tried to make it the shape of the horseshoe the best I could, and I actually really like it, so... Yeah. Yeah, that's the, I don't know why there's poop right there. Oh no. Oh no. Anyways, so yeah, that's the cross-country course. There's also mountains surrounding it, and I feel like it's just a nice cross-country course in general. So, that's kind of like the main area done. So if you come around here and you go past these pastures here, you go to like the training area. So when a horse becomes about a yearling, they'll be put into, you know, either one of those big pastures over there, one of these. And eventually when they're ready to go into like a stable, because we give them like their whole yearling life just to be a horse. But then eventually they come over here to the training area. This area is so nice. I love it. So this is like the first training area, and this is their feed and tack room, which I love this feed and tack room so much. Except I forgot to put saddles and bridles on, but I'm not too worried about that. But each saddle and bridle, so this is like your tack area. So if you have a horse that you're training, you just put their tack on here, put the rest of the stuff in there, and you're pretty good to go. Lots of ribbons and all that from all the horses, you know. Some trophies, some feed bins, a chest, some grooming tacks, some halters, some feed bins with no feed in them. Love it. Just another tack box. This is like a little, because I feel like a lot of tack rooms have like kitchen areas. So there's some sinks, some I guess like, you know, supplements, some baskets with some like fruits in it, you know, for treats. A jar for, you know, whatever. Some cabinets. A microwave in case you need to, you know, heat up your ramen noodles, I guess. And yeah, that's about it for this tack room. I really like how I designed it. So yeah, that's that. Wow, good morning. Over here, this thing took me, it was so hard to light up, but this is their indoor arena. I feel like this is a pretty nice sized indoor arena, and I really like how, especially at this time of the day, the lights like come in like that. Like if I get the view right, yeah, as you can see, all the lights come in. And this is also a good place to like free jump. So there's some like jumps across the wall to practice, you know, just some nice combinations, you know. So like you could trot over that, canter, get a stride. A lot of stride work in this indoor arena, I won't lie. But yeah, I really like how I set it up. And yeah. In this big arena, this big outdoor, it's a lot of training. So a lot of so usually when they're starting training, they'll be in these closer barns, and they might still, I don't know, either they start back there or up here, but either way, they'll go into one of these stalls, which inside the stalls, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So inside the stalls, each stall has these windows, so if you want to open up a window to let some air in for them, you can. But I made it so the horses could definitely still like smell and see each other, but not like enough for them to, throw a fit. But they're a pretty nice sized stall. And in this like training area, you have a little mounting block, some like pole exercises, a little water jump, some littler jumps, again poles, like practice, steering, some little more lifted poles. This is more like maybe a little bit of a balance exercise, stride exercise. Some like actual, jumps, and then also a tarp. I don't know why, I just thought it fit the training theme, like get them desensitized. So yeah, and then back here, these are just huge pastures. So because I was like, if these horses are like going into training, I feel like they should have a lot of time to just be able to run outside. So I made some pretty big pastures. And so usually how it will work, because I feel like all these won't be filled up at once, hopefully. But usually, but yeah, so all the horses definitely get a lot of outside time here. That was like a big thing for me, is all the horses having just a lot of good time outside. And then over here is a lot of feed stores. So you have normal hay, like quality, Timothy, oat bales, that one, and then just some shavings. So yeah, and as you see, lots of training stables. And then over here is practice cross country. So when you're first getting a horse used to cross country, this is a perfect place to do it. If you don't want to do it in an arena, because it's enclosed with all these trees, but it definitely gives the horse a good cross country experience. So you have like some good jumps to practice over. You have this one, this little double, and they're all like spread out in a way so you can like make your own course. Picnic table, this jump, and I feel like they're all a decent size for training. So you have some bigger ones, smaller ones. You have like these lines, and this jump's actually pretty cool. It's like a cool like show jumping jump, I feel like, but it still works. So that's like the cross country area, and I really like it. So now we're moving on to the last part, and this last part is my most recent part, and I'll definitely be expanding, again. But this is the second training area, and this is like not really an overflow, but it's just another training area, to have. But there's, I believe this is 5 round pens, and then over here there's like 3 big pastures for the horses. I don't know what I'm adding here yet. I have to figure that out. But there's also 3 arenas. This one, I haven't really put a lot of the jumps in, but this one's like supposed to be like, show jumping. This one's to practice cross country jumps, and then this one's definitely, this one's just gonna either be flat work or pole work. But yeah, but this barn, it's very hard to light up in this barn, but we have 2 or 3 horses in here right now. So we have Max, who's a stallion, and then Princess, who's a mare, and she's a very tall mare at that. She's a beauty. But yeah, there's lots of stalls, and I love how the light comes in here like at the perfect time. And I figured web guarding would be the perfect thing, but with a big barn like this, I was like, I don't want it to feel very enclosed in here. So I really made it so the horses have lots of, breathability and the pastures for them to go out in. And yeah, it's just a nice big barn. And then the last thing I have to show you guys is, actually I'll show you that last, because I'm actually very proud of that. But these are the cross ties, because, training, you need a lot of cross tie area. So, I made it so the cross ties, I made it so it try to have, like, airflow, but also so, like, your horses will stand here, and, you don't really have to worry about other horses kicking other horses. So, yeah, the last area is this tack and feed room. It's the most recent thing I've done, and this is probably my favorite tack / feed room I've ever made. So when you walk in, there's like these lights, there's like a whole kitchen area so you can sit down and like, talk or like have a meeting. There's ribbons, a whole kitchen area with, where you can make supplements, all of that. a whole tack area which has tack and a barrel, so it has a bridle and a saddle for each horse, and then some tack boxes in between. This is like the trophy and ribbon showcase, so you have, a lot of trophies, plaques, ribbons. And right here's just some extra saddles and all that. And then in here, I don't know why I love this so much. You have halters, you have a lot of feed and like bin storage, a lot of wheelbarrows, and then you have some, cleaning supplies, and then some blankets, and then just a ton of like halter and bridles. And I don't know why, but I just love this tack room a lot. But yeah, I really try to get through that tour as fast but as, seemingly as possible, because I have a lot more to add on to this barn. And I guess this is almost like a preview of the barn, but that's really it for this video, guys. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and if you did like this video, please, comment, subscribe, like the video, and if you want other content, make sure to subscribe to Schepaf, SCHEPAF. And that's for in real life content. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!